Before attempting disassembly of the LCP, there is one tool that you will need, and that is a small flat-tip screwdriver or other non-marring prying tool. This tool is used to pry the slide release pin out from the frame, where it then can be removed with the fingers. I use a small flat-tip screwdriver with a piece of plastic tubing to prevent scratching the slide when loosening the pin. Now, let's take a look at how the LCP is disassembled. Keeping the pistol pointed in a safe direction, press the magazine latch and withdraw the magazine from the butt of the pistol. Pull the slide to the rear and lock in the open position by pushing upward on the manual slide hold open lever. Inspect the chamber and verify that it is empty. With the slide retracted, pry loose the takedown pin using a screwdriver or other flat, blunt tool. Remove the takedown pin completely. Disengage the slide lock while supporting the slide. Allow the slide to move slowly forward and separate it from the grip frame. The dual recoil spring is under quite a bit of tension, so take care when removing the recoil springs and guide rod. Compress the recoil spring assembly slightly to disengage it from its seat against the barrel lug, and then remove it completely. Remove the barrel. It will be necessary to move the barrel forward slightly and then down and back to extract it from the slide. This completes the disassembly process for cleaning. Most of us know how to properly clean and lubricate a firearm. Ruger does provide general guidelines for cleaning and lubrication in the Operation and Safety Manual. Plus, if you go to ruger.com/tech tips on the www and search through the available videos, you will find 3 associated with the LCP. I have provided links to each of the videos should you want to view them. With the slide held upside down, replace the barrel and push it rearward into its locked position. Replace the recoil spring assembly into position. The rear end of the guide rod seats against the barrel lug. Note that when replacing the recoil spring assembly, be sure the flared end of the inner recoil spring is oriented toward the muzzle of the barrel. Replace the slide onto the frame and place it in its closed position, as if the pistol were fully assembled. Insert the takedown pin into the frame at a downward angle, about 45 degrees, until its tip pushes down its retaining spring. Then, rotate the pin downward until it is aligned with its hole and insert it fully into the pistol frame. It is important to verify that the action is working correctly before any live firing is attempted. Ensure there is no ammunition in the chamber or the magazine, and keep the pistol pointed in a safe direction. The first thing to be checked is the slide and magazine function. With the magazine removed from the pistol and the slide forward, pull the slide fully to the rear and let it move forward quickly 2 or more times. Insert an empty magazine into the pistol. The magazine should latch into place securely without excessive force. Pull the slide fully to the rear and let it move forward quickly 2 or more times. Press the magazine latch and remove the empty magazine. The slide should move freely without binding and close completely under the force of the recoil spring, whether or not a magazine is inserted into the pistol. As a note from Ruger, magazines designed for the LCP-2 pistol will function in an LCP pistol, but will not automatically hold the slide open when empty. The The next function to check is the trigger. At this point is where I insert a snap cap to check extraction and ejection. In the case of the LCP, there is no need to check if the slide locks back on the last round, as no lockback provision is available from an empty magazine. Insert the snap cap loaded magazine. Cycle the slide open and closed to ensure the hammer is cocked and the first snap cap chambers. The end of the hammer is visible through the opening at the rear of the slide when the pistol is cocked. With the firearm pointed in a safe direction, pull the trigger fully to the rear to dry fire the pistol. The trigger should move rearward fully and the hammer should fall. Keeping the trigger pulled to the rear, cycle the slide to reset the hammer. Release the trigger. The trigger should move forward and you will hear and feel the trigger reset. The hammer should not fall and will be visible at the rear of the slide. Chambered snap cap should be extracted and ejected. The last function to check is the manual hold open function. Remove the magazine from the pistol. Keep the firearm pointed in a safe direction. Grab the slide and retract it fully to the rear. While holding the slide fully to the rear, push the manual hold open upward and slowly release the slide. The slide should remain open. With the magazine still out of the pistol, pull the slide fully to the rear and release it. The manual hold open should disengage and the slide should close completely under the force of the recoil spring. The hammer should not fall. If any of the function checks fail, or if you are uncertain, please consult a competent gunsmith or contact Ruger Customer Service for further firearm inspection before using the firearm.